Okay, beautiful people. So I was talking to somebody yesterday. Sorry, guys, I'm just from my exercise, so you can see I'm still. I will soon leave. This is where the estate in which I stay. I just had to find this place to record this video. So somebody first, let me answer this question before I go. I actually copied it on a paper so I don't forget. First, to students, this message is directed to students, especially those of you coming to Europe. Okay, first person, please. I see some agenda on TikTok or on social media. Some of you are saying that, oh, my agent said that if I move to this European country, then I can easily go to the Schengen zone. I want to draw your attention to this. Not every country is in EU and not every country is in the Schengen zone. Now, I have always said that try to avoid countries that are not in EU and are not in Schengen. The reason is because if you are in Schengen and or EU, if things get sour or maybe in one country you can always enter a train or maybe take a flight since you already have the national D visa or a residence permit and go to the next since it's permitted. But if you're in a country that is not Schengen, for example, Serbia, I saw some of you saying that, oh, my agent said I should go to Serbia, then I can easily cross to Europe. The way you guys put easily, it's not the way it works, guys. You cannot easily, nothing is even easily now. Yeah, that is just the truth. Before you make certain decisions, these people will woo you because they probably want the millions from you to do one or two for themselves. Of course, they don't care about you. What you come here and face, they don't care about you. I must tell you that these countries in Europe, they are not the same. That's point number one. Secondly, do not go to any country that is outside of the Schengen zone or the European Union. Avoid Russia. I have said it again and I'll keep saying it. Okay, most of you are asking me, Milton, somebody said I should do this, somebody said I shouldn't go here, somebody said I should go here. Avoid Russia. I have people in Russia who are now complaining they want to move. I'm not saying Russia is a bad place. I am saying that as a student who is thinking of hustling, who is thinking of looking for a better option, who is thinking of maybe doing one or two, please, I will not advise. Listen to advice, and if you think you want to still go, because of one thing or the next, this is my advice. I can only advise you, I cannot make decisions for you. Thank you. Now, let's get back to those of you who are saying that you want to just move to Europe and you will stop school. There is one thing: to move to Europe and study, and to move to Europe and stop school are two different things. Moving to Europe because you just want to move to Europe and study is advantage you because, of course, you are going to work, okay? And when you finish a school, you can transition to maybe a work visa, which will later take you to permanent residency and probably citizenship if that's your goal. But if you move in and then you stop school, you would end up being illegal. The reason is simple. You came through school and you have a student residence permit afterwards when you are getting the visa because you get the visa and come in. For some countries, not every country gives visa, by the way. So now, if you come to Europe and at the end of the day, you drop the school, you came for school, right? And you drop the school. And what else? Who is going to employ you now? Because you are not legal. You would be like maybe running from police to another because when you see a police car you will run away because of what? You don't have legal papers. This is the worst thing to ever do in Europe, especially in developed countries like the Netherlands, right? Yeah, some of you are like, oh, I want to just pass. Okay, fine and good. I can't decide for you. It's your business. I don't know how it works. I'm just advising you that you should know that if you come to a country in Europe with a student visa and later on you drop without finishing the school and maybe applying for another visa to keep you are digging yourself a very big doom. Now, let's go back to this video. Some of you were asking me which countries can you move in 2024, 2025, I beg your pardon, with your families. And I believe most of you haven't seen that video. Now, if you want to move abroad with your family in 2025, note that these are the countries you should enter. And please remember, it is not going to be easy because moving with family abroad, you need to be financially stable. Yeah, because if you can cough out maybe 30, 20 or 30 million, it means you are okay, right? Looking at our African standard. Now, these are the countries. Iceland is one. Now, you can move to Iceland with your family, but you should know that proof of funds to study in Iceland is very expensive. I think from 11,000 euros is the proof of funds for Iceland. But also understand that this 11,000 euros is only proof of funds and it depends on visa. I think With 11,000 euros, you are going to get a 6 months payment. And if you need it for 1 year, you still need to show this money. And remember, every year you need to show this money to renew your payment. These are some of the things that you need to note. Okay, that's point number one for Iceland. And schools are very cheap in Iceland. I did a video about the University of Iceland, but note that this school is very competitive and not everybody can enter into the University of Iceland. Note that and don't forget. Country number two, Portugal. I want to let you know that recently Portugal increased proof of funds from about 8,000, 7,000, 8,000 to like 10,440 euros now, which means that every month you need about close to 900 euros to stay in Portugal. So now per month, close to like, I think 870 times 12 will give you that 10,440 or something thereabout. Now, that is the proof of funds. You should also understand that this proof of funds is after tuition fee. If you get admission to study in Portugal or any university in Portugal, you need to pay tuition fee first. And the good news here with Portugal is that you can pay in installments. Some schools give even up to 10 installments, right? Let's say your tuition is 5,000 euros. Divide 5,000 by 10. How much is it going to give you? How much? I can't remember, but you know how much you are going to pay per installment. So always ask your school for that. Even if your school doesn't say it on their website, if they don't mention it on your offer letter, ask them, okay? It's very possible like that. Now, one problem with Portugal is that Portugal may not be a very strong economy like the Finland, the Netherlands, the Denmark. Finland is not even strong looking at what I know, because we have Luxembourg, Switzerland, Norway, Iceland, Ireland, Netherlands, Denmark, and the rest, Germany and Belgium, and all of them. But their economies vary from economy. Like economies are not the same. Some countries are more powerful in terms of GDP ranking, right? So you should always consider this and note that if you are moving with a family to a country, it should be a country that, of course, you are not going to still want to move again. Sit down well, do this calculation, and then before you make the move. Another country you can consider is Austria, but note that appointments to get legalization and, of course, visa application is really a problem. I don't know why Austria is like this. Before it wasn't that way, and so many people started using fake things, and they decided to introduce legalization, verification, and all the rest. So, guys, you should note this. Now, I've talked about Austria, and another country you should consider is the Netherlands. I live in the Netherlands, and I can say that the Netherlands is a very good country, guys. Don't even think otherwise. It's a very good country, and you can move here with your family. I have the videos on my YT channel where I said I even called the immigration and they gave me certain informations and I dish out to you. The videos are there, so make sure you check the videos and then you listen to them keenly and follow every detail. But for the money you need to put together to come here with family, make sure you call IND, which is the Dutch immigration. It is very important. Okay. Now another country you should look at. This one seems to be almost the same amount of money like the Netherlands, which is Denmark. And in Denmark is a very good country. Don't forget that. Very strong also, but it depends too on the city in which you are. You can easily walk. I know some people in Aalborg, in Roskilde, and southern Denmark who are also struggling, but everywhere there is struggle. Okay, even in the Netherlands there is still struggle depending on the city in which you live. But if you are in Copenhagen in Denmark, you are in a good place. And remember, schools in Copenhagen may not be that cheap. Yeah, you need to understand that schools in the capital are usually expensive. Even when you take a look at the universities in the Netherlands and you look at schools in Amsterdam and Rotterdam, their fees are always from 15,000 euros or more. So, guys, put all this into consideration. Don't forget that Finland, you can also move with family to Finland. And if you are moving with family to Finland, you should note that Finland somehow they change procedures for citizenship. They equally change some few things for residence. I mean permanent residence permit. All right, for you to get permanent residency, there are some few things, and of course, language is involved. Someone was equally asking me, Milton, I want to move to Europe, but I don't. I want to only move to an English-speaking country. Well, the only English-speaking country you can get in Europe is I think Ireland and the UK. Every other one, am I forgetting? I think these are the countries I know. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, what about the Netherlands? Yeah, the Netherlands is a Dutch speaking country, but English is spoken here at least 97%. You will barely find people who speak Dutch, but note that Dutch is going to catapult your career in this country. Yeah, as of now, I haven't learned the Dutch. I'm still waiting. When I graduate, I don't know, but until I graduate, then I'll be able to learn Dutch because it is a requirement. You don't need it to really get a job, but it can easily get you into a job, into the job market. I know people who got real jobs without learning the Dutch, but they are also learning. The more you know the language, the better the working environment. Even as I'm talking to you now, I know somebody who graduated last year. The person is working already, but he also needs to like master some little details in order to do, especially because this person is a marketing agent in one hotel, and she has to learn the language. And the good thing is that the hotel is paying for her to learn. That's another option. You can always ask the companies, the bigger companies, guys, in the Netherlands, if they can pay for you to learn the language. Yeah, because they want to recruit you. And this person was approached by an employer. She didn't apply. The employer approached her and expressed interest and told her what to do, and she did it. So you see, some people are lucky enough, and some will have to apply. But again, if you are studying in the Netherlands, keep studying. I know the fees is much, but keep pushing. Before you know, you will succeed, because it's never going to be easy. You would apply, and apply, but get rejection. But remember, after you finish your study program, you have a 1 year orientation year visa. This visa will literally, when you finish your program, you will now apply for the visa. It's called orientation year. Orientation year means that you can now use that particular one to find a job. Now, this is for the case of the Netherlands. When you use it, when you get a job now, the job must be a sponsor who can sponsor your stay for maybe 2, 3, or 4 years here. Then after that, you can apply for your passport. And remember, to apply for passport, you need to be of good conduct, and you equally need to know the Dutch language. I think B1 level, I don't remember. I'm still going to check. So these are the things. I think some few countries, also Sweden, you can also move with family. And if you want to move with family to Sweden, you should know that you have to apply for a school, right? And there are so many videos on the channel. Now it's not possible to apply for Sweden. You can still apply for Portugal, Netherlands, Denmark. You can only apply for bachelor's degree now at the University of Southern Denmark, University of Aalborg, and University of Roskilde. So please consider all these things, and hopefully you can find your way into Europe. I know it's a lot of money, but you can always do it. Just keep your head up and keep pushing, right? Look for other ways to make more money, legal ways to make money, so you can gather petty, small, little by little. You are going to gather much, and before you know, next year you will be here. I wish you all the best. We meet again in another one.